Dogs are pretty convinced that something's living in there. That's their happy time while I garden. Well, it's 4:30, September 2nd, 2025. This, which I swore up and down for weeks, it was cantaloupe, it was cantaloupe. I mean, look, it's cantaloupe. But these, lo and behold, unless I have two different seeds and stems growing, that's acorn squash. But, see, look at that. Anyhow, I do have a couple of beautiful honeydews. A lot of carrots here. Those will be nice to harvest in another month or so. Watermelon never did take off. My hopes are lost, but hey, maybe next year. These tomatoes over here, we'll be harvesting all of these probably in another 3 to 4 weeks. The other end of my garden has all the ones that are ripe now. Lots of carrots here. These guys, which I planted parsnips over here. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Learning curves each year, right? Look at this huge tomatillo. She's next to blossom. We have one at the other end. But these are eggplants. Not sure if they'll have enough time to blossom before winter comes. Because here's one that I recognized earlier on. It's a different type than my long Japanese style. We've harvested half a dozen off of these. We got 3 more growing now. Cucumbers are kind of coming to a halt, but these long green improved cukes have been my favorite. We got some pickling cukes, which actually are kind of bitter, but some of these even bigger ones here are pretty tasty, and these are called SMR. So probably won't do the pickling ones next year. Sweet potatoes looking good. Regular potatoes coming along. It's odd. Some of these melons, they just gave me so many vines, but no fruit. We'll let them keep going and see what we get. Some of these tomatoes are just absolutely ginormous. Again, we still have a few weeks before we will pick these, but big uns. They're big uns. This one's really pretty. See, look at the size of that thing. Another tomatillo. Mama said, beware of the tomatillos. Just look at the squash over here. I am not sure. I think that's called kombucha. We'll see. The parsley I planted from seed is looking great. We have another one that I started indoors that is beautiful. Some lovely cherry tomatoes. Some sunflowers just soaking up the sun right now. The onions that I never pick, but I like their flowers, next to my celeriac. And of course, the tarragon. I need to find uses for. I'll dry it out, of course. These are rutabagas. I harvested most of those, and they were real stringy, so we got to figure out what we did wrong there. These pepper plants are just a bounty. We're gonna leave them on there till they turn colors, or pick them as needed. This is a lot of green, a lot of space, but that's for this surprise squash, I guess. Lots of beets that we have intermingled in here, and the lima beans, which are just growing their little babies inside, and still lots of blossoms yet. Pretty exciting. It got cool. Look at this, I just tripped over one of these and that's a butternut. I got a butternut on this next bed here. Look at all these beets. This butternut is ginormous here. And I had some wax beans here. Planted these at my mom's house. They get sun all day long. And her short row that I did about this size had about 4 times, if not more, than what I have here. So this fall, I'll be doing some trimming on these trees so we can get more sun. Got our cilantro, we've been harvesting that a lot. Basil, Swiss chard. Picking these cherry tomatoes early and they turn red right in the bag. We don't have the split. Just so many tomatoes coming on. These marigolds. Wow. Watch out for the bees. More tomatoes, more tomatoes. Just, these peppers. Such beauties. That pretty little flower and just a little baby started there. And then they turn into this, and then eventually they'll become red. Little chili peppers. Great spice. Here's a big glorious parsley. Great for drying this year. This is what I have to harvest today. That thing over there is gargantuan. Bigger than my hand. So, up front here, this continued to grow, and I have a second pumpkin. You know, that comes from the pumpkin over here that I didn't plant. I thought was a watermelon. That's pretty obvious that she's just a giant pumpkin that was planted by a lovely birdie. This was my milkweed bed and my first blossoming and harvest black Roma tomatoes. Let's get a look at this tomato. This is Mrs. Botts. My mom's neighbor grows these. They're an heirloom from his childhood, and he's like 70. So I'm so lucky that he shared that with me. These are some green zebras. And I got some pink something. The other seed that fell from the sky, thank you bird, where we have our 1, 2, 3 little mini pumpkins, probably pie pumpkins. I was gifted 2 more this past week that I recognize. Bee balm is still calling in the bees. Just that little bit of red that's on there. There's nectar, apparently, because they're still collecting and doing their thing. Tomatillo, we've been picking her for a month now, it seems like. Just waiting for them to get to the appropriate size before we pull it. Make some nice sauce or salsa with that. Echinacea's dying back, and all sorts of lovely things in the garden. These sunflowers that popped out for me just a few weeks ago. Be ready to harvest for some seeds soon. And look at this thing. My beds are already like 2.5, 3 feet tall. This thing has to be 15 feet tall. Lovely. Anyhow, September 2nd, 2025. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, so we got some full sun. We're excited on this beautiful, glorious, sunshiny day.